Test cricket is about to become very interesting and dramatic. Why I say dramatic, I'll tell that to you in just a bit, because so much about Test cricket is about to change. That's because the MCC, the rule makers of the sport that you and I so love, have made a critical change. In fact, they've not just made one change, they've made 73 changes in total, which is the first time in a few years that they've made so many changes. But the biggest change that you need to know about, and one that has a huge impact, especially on multi-day cricket, including potentially test cricket as well, is to do with what really happens if there's a wicket that falls on the final over of a day. Now, what are we used to seeing? If a wicket falls in the final over of the day's play, there is no more resumption of play. So supposedly, let's just go back to the final test match between India and England, which was played at the Oval. It was day 3, 13.5 overs were bowled, and at that point, Mohammad Siraj beautifully sets up Zach Crawley, who's dismissed, and you didn't see the final ball of that particular day being bowled. That's just usually the convention, right? But what the MCC is saying is that, listen, you're just taking away the drama a bit, because things can get very interesting and dramatic if you have that final ball be bowled as well. And that is exactly the rule change that the MCC have now brought about. It's to be ratified by the ICC. The cricket committee of the ICC will also be discussing this whenever their next meeting is. But as far as the MCC, the rule makers of our sport, is concerned, they've already made that change. They say that the final over of the day's play will not end if there is a wicket. Another observation that was made, while this is the rule change, why I have that in quotes for you is this is exactly the observation that was made. The committee members felt that it was unfair if a fielding side takes a wicket, the batting side does not have to send a new batter. Why is the new batter being let off the hook? Why is the drama being taken away? It further goes ahead and says that this doesn't save the time as the remaining balls, and rightly so as well. For all the balls that are left, let's say the one ball, Siraj had to come back on day 4 and bowl that one ball as well. So you're not saving out on any time. That's what it says. And it takes away the drama out of the game. Now just think about it. Teams will have to think so much, and the onus on the night watchman increases so much more. Will now teams be wanting their tailenders to practice a bit more? Perhaps yes, because how many players can you be sending in if your night watchman doesn't really deliver? So I think the night watchman's job just gets a bit harder over here, and you're pushed into a far more responsible position than night watchmen, as if they aren't already put into. And the last bit that the MCC says is that the incoming batter, as I said, is let off the hook when conditions are favorable to bowling. So why are we giving batters and batting sides any sort of leeway over here? Why are we taking the drama away? This also, by the way, has been brought about by the MCC in keeping with the modern times. It feels that the game must evolve, it must keep up with the modern demands, and this is what modern day cricket requires. You need that drama to be there, and you want there to be an even contest. How I feel about this rule change? Well, the excitement perhaps would have conveyed to you that I really like it. I think this really makes things very interesting, very spicy. In certain series, let's say the Border Gavaskar Trophy, or for that matter the Ashes, you can imagine what that environment would be like, how high the stakes would be if those few more balls have to be bowled after you've already picked up a wicket in the last scheduled over of the day. But I look forward to your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you are new to the channel, and press that bell as well so that you get notified every time we have a new video for you.